Hey guys, it's I.B.B. and I'm not dropping in on any specific map here today because I'm not actually featuring a full-length gameplay video. What I have here is just some video clips I was able to get in on the test server this past weekend. So we're talking the test server that happened on May 6th and May 7th of 2017. So just these past couple of days. And in it, I was able to actually test drive the new dash robots, all of them, all three of them, the light one, the medium, and the heavy one. And so I'm not going to bog you down with a bunch of facts and stats and data on these. I'm just going to kind of give you my impression that I had actually working with it in battle. And on this small one here, I really like this small one. I really thought that its speed was good without the dash. And the dash I thought was really good for evading those rockets and tridents as well. So in the past, we really didn't have a way to evade trident fire unless you had the jump ability or an Ansel shield, which wasn't really evading, you were just blocking the shots. But this one here, I really liked it from that standpoint, and there you saw me kind of corner shooting a little bit against that Fury, and I really felt like I had the upper hand the entire time in that entire engagement. Now, on that last game there, I took some fire from the side and I got taken out there. But on this one here on the Canyon map, I was able to take our home beacon and the center beacon pretty doggone quick before the enemy team was able to get up here, or even in close range of it. Now, this prototype weapon, yeah, that's what I feel about it right there. I don't know. I'm glad it doesn't do any more damage, and I know that they're still working on this, and this has been a work in progress for a while, and it will probably continue to be that way. But I'm glad that it doesn't do a whole lot of damage all at once. I sort of liken it to the Gecko, which is, over time, it's a pain in the butt and it'll kill you. But at first, it's just sort of an annoyance. There's no recharge on it, and as long as you stay within 400 meters, it'll continue firing. I don't know. I really don't know if I like that all that much. But anyway, these are the only two prototype weapons that I decided to put on a bot, and you can kind of see with the speed of this light dash bot, I can kind of see where you can kind of play with targeting. That's what you saw me doing there. I was crisscrossing with that other player, just so if the other player wasn't locked on to either me or my teammate there, that crisscrossing with him was going to screw up their targeting. And so that's what I was trying to do there. So I think using that lock-on target is going to be very important if this does happen to hit the live server in this form. Now here you see me dodging that trident fire. And so it really forced the other player to employ a little bit more tactics than just standing, 550 meters back and hitting the fire button. That I really liked. I liked the aspect. In fact, all three of these bots, I liked what I saw them bringing to the game. Because your medium bot, your mid-range bots, I thought, if you're close to these guys, if you're running mid-range weapons on this, I can see you kind of getting in range, firing your payload, and then using the dash to get out of range of the enemy. I really like what I see these bring to the battlefield, so I hope these do go live. Now here you see this game is, we're 3 minutes into this game, and I don't know what happened on this one. Pretty soon after I get done with this spot, it'll just be me actually against 6. But in that one you saw me sort of use the dash on the medium bot to evade some of the rocket fire, and there was a lot of it coming in. In fact, this is really good against aphids. Right there you can see me. Now if my shield was completely down and I needed to evade those rockets, I could. And I thought that was really good. But it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of, I'm dead within 5 seconds. So, and you can also see who they're firing at. Who, you can tell whether or not, well, to some degree, whether or not they are using the lock on target feature. And you can also, these bots actually allow for you to corner shoot a little bit. And I think that maybe the prototype will actually force people to learn corner shoot. You don't see it really all that much in gameplay these days, especially with all the rocket fire, because a lot of times it just doesn't work when the other person has Orkans or Tulumbas or something like that. But if you're going to run that prototype weapon, any kind of energy weapon or something, corner shooting is one of those tactics that not everybody knows, but I think you should probably get used to doing. One of the things that I noticed while I was playing the test server, and I'm not sure if it was just something on the test server or if they're playing around, I didn't really stop to look at what it was that they were testing. Excuse me, I'm not really a big tester guy. This is the first time that I've ever been on the test server. So they're probably testing it, which is the weapon accuracy. And sometimes I really felt like I didn't really know what these weapons were firing at. I knew I was pointed right at the enemy, but I wasn't really making contact with them. So here we are on Springfield, and there's going to actually be an engagement with a Carnage coming up here pretty soon. Right here. And you're going to see me, first I'm going to try and take out his shield. And my shield is, I really like the fact that this has an energy shield, but even when the energy shield is down in a lot of bots, you're just sort of snookered. But in this one, you really still have some fight left in you with that dash ability. Here I experienced some lag on this. So I took his shield down, corner shot him a little bit, and then just used my dash ability to kind of get away from his thunders. And even with the Carnage's sprint ability, I just really don't think he had it in him to be able to take me out on that. And here, I was pointed right at him, and I was within 300 meters, only it just didn't do any damage. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. If they're testing, I don't know if that was a glitch in the system or what. And so these bots around cover I thought were really, really neat, because you could come out here, you could put some fire on the enemy, and then once they turn towards you, you hit that dash button and back behind cover you go. And you're going to watch me do it right there. So his rockets are, he's basically impotent with those Orkans on top of that Galahad. Alright, so here is, I didn't get a lot of footage with the heavy prototype dash bot, but this is one of them, and I've got the Terrans on this one, and here in just a little bit, you're going to see, okay, that was me, I was off a little bit. But pretty soon I'm going to be staring right at him, and look, you see, I'm not quite sure what those Terrans were firing at, because it didn't go towards the crosshairs. So if they are thinking that messing around with the accuracy of these weapons means overriding what the pilot is doing, I think that's just barking up the wrong tree, because really all that served to do was just frustrate me. I did not like that at all. Now, I did notice that there were some differences in the controls and how they operated between the live server and the test server. And again, this is just my observations, because it is my first time on the test server. These are my observations from what I've seen. And again, I'm going to reiterate the fact that no, I didn't stop and take the time to look at what it was that they were testing. I know a while back somebody had told me that there was a difference in the controls between the test and the live server, but they also could have been testing that as well. You'd have to check somebody else's channel for all that information. Now, I don't know about you, but I really feel like that as time has gone on, there used to be a time in this game, and you see me evade those aphids right there with the dash ability. There was a time in this game where the Rhino was the end-all be-all of bots. I mean, it was heavily used, and there again, you saw me evaded again. So I really think that dash is going to change the dynamics of this game if this goes on the live server. But there was a time when That Rhino was just the end-all be-all of bots, and now you hardly see it at all, to be honest. And just giving you my frank impression, I don't think it's going to get any better for that bot. For one, I don't even play it because I don't like how it handles. It's cumbersome, it's bothersome, I don't like the controls, I don't like losing that peripheral vision when I have the shield up. I just don't like it. I have one and I just stopped playing it a long time ago. So here was my first chance to get a hold of a Fury. I don't own a Fury and really have no intention of buying a Fury anytime soon. And then these are the heavy prototype weapons as well. And again, with the controls, sometimes I felt like I didn't know what they were shooting at right there. You know, is it me or was it them? I don't know. So if that's what Pixonic was thinking was going to be a good idea, I got news for him. It's not. Like right here, it's really bad. And then here's another shot of the same bot and weapon setup. And sometimes it does better than it does others. Yeah, right there. I don't know what was going on there, but that's way off. And I'm all for weapon accuracy and maybe those every now and again misses. I'm all for that, but that was just a bit too much, I think. When you as a pilot cannot overcome, you have no control over that, you're barking up the wrong tree when you're testing the accuracy of these weapons. Because it should be, look, if you want to make the weapons go directly where those crosshairs are, and then it takes the pilot's ability to keep those on target, fine, that's great, I'm all for that. And if you want to make it a manual aiming system, fine, I'm all for that. But what you have here, that's not what we have here. That is just the weapons doing all sorts of funny things because they happen to code in there that the weapon should happen to be 75% accurate, and so therefore 25% of the time it shoots off to the left. You know, I don't think that that's where they should take the targeting of these weapons anytime soon. So yeah, guys, there are my thoughts and my impressions on the 3 prototype dash robots, along with some of the prototype weapons that they are thinking about bringing out onto the live server. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I have new gameplay videos every single day. Smash the thumbs up or thumbs down button. Don't be shy. Leave a comment down below.